At RaiseCredit.com, we know it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up. At RaiseCredit.com, we've got your backup. You can get the life you really want. RaiseCredit.com.
Ray Reynolds here. Guess what? It's the 16th. Oh my gosh, let's run through the house and scream. Why? We're almost out of time. Have you done what you're told to do? Have you been naughty? Have you been nice? We gotta have some fun. All right, this is Ray'sWebinar.com. Ultimate goal, let's get you to million. Now, if you got the guts, I'll get you to billion, but you're gonna have to listen. You're gonna learn, gonna have some fun. You hear things today you never heard before. I've been doing this for 43 years. Some days I feel like I'm going crazy. It's kind of fun. But you know what's really weird? It's basically getting you to listen and learn, because you know everything. All right? Unfortunately, I don't either. Neither do you. Why don't you get that tablet and pen and write some things down today? Let's put it here where we're supposed to. Now, there's a toll-free number here for you. Call the office today. It's toll-free. It's 800-510-3338. Now, I want you to do what I did. When I had to steal and beg off the pier, eat out of a friggin' trash can, that kind of sucked. And you know what? Everybody treated me like, you know what? I got used and abused, and that sucked too. But you know what's one thing I always did? I wrote my little notes. I paid attention. And I knew one thing. I knew the world hated me. It seemed like it all the time. They're going to knock me down, take it away too. Why don't you plan the problem? Yeah, plan the problem. Someone's going to get in your way and take it away from you and piss you off today. Maybe it'll be me. Maybe I'll get you off you know what and go get it. Safety credit. I love safety credit. You know, I'm afraid. The only thing I've always told my wife I'm afraid of is to be broke, to have to go back to the pier, steal and beg, eat out of a friggin' trash can. I pray you never had to do that, but it sucks. I remember watching somebody on Redondo Beach Pier over by the McDonald's. I was waiting for them not to finish their food because I was friggin' hungry. No one gave a damn. This is the way it works. Safety credit today. This is a $50,000 card in each hand. That's $100,000 of credit. What did you do about personal credit? Most people act like it was free money. Jack it up. And then when they dropped the score, they got stuck, couldn't get any more. Don't be afraid of credit. Be afraid you don't have the money to feed your family. That's what you got to be afraid of. Safety credit. Let's teach the world that before I die again. Let's remember something, the line of defense. I want you to be serious about something today. When you drive through your city and you see a bank or a grocery store that's been shut down, All right, and you know they're still in business, but they bankrupt that piece, that location. The bank has a branch number, so the grocery store too. They bankrupt that piece, they're still in business today. See, they know how to play the game, but what about you? Did you ever bring the pain home before? If you did, it's because you don't know how to play. You don't know the rules and tools to make sure it gets out of your way. Do yourself a favor. All right, never bring the pain home. That's all I got as a kid, and that sucks. Now, for me, I didn't get the traditional mommy and daddy. I used to rip out pictures of people, and I used to pretend they were my mommy and my daddy. I figured they were going to come find me. They just lost me some way. Well, that was just a bunch of BS. Then I'd rip out the magazines on the houses, the cars, the yachts. Hell, why not? So let's think what happened to me. Bottom line is, I'm going to call it getting past go. I think you're stuck. You see, I got to be basically with Mrs. Hope. My goodness, she was great. She dropped me off every morning from the age of 3 to 9.5 years old on Redondo Beach Pier. She'd always said, hey, you be right here at 5 o'clock or I'm going to leave you there. She was a she-devil from hell. But I didn't like stealing and begging off the pier. Kind of sucked. So I read every book I could get my hands on. I wanted to get out of hell. Let's see how I did. I got my 9 Lamborghinis, got my Duffys, my 6 mansions. I broke world records too. It's amazing when you can do things people hate you no matter what you say or do. You know what I did? I had my race boat in my backyard. I had my helicopter. I had my yacht. And I even had my Ferraris too. Hell, I can do this, so can you. I know you're going to basically say some crap. I was born in a damn taxi. She was 15 years old. Okay? The bottom line is she didn't want me. She wanted a girl. Ray's my middle name. My first name's a damn girl's name. You try to go into school at Watts, Hawthorne, Cawthorne, Torrance, and Carson too, with a girl's name, hell, they all want to kick your ass heads. So guess what? All right? I have no excuses, but neither do you. I created Ray's rules. You ready to play? I'm going to take away all your excuses today. I wrote Winning the Game of Business 43 years ago. See, I learned something at 7.5 years old at Mrs. Hope's house when she had her poker game every Wednesday night. I connected the damn dots. I found out a corporation's a legal person. Write it down, circle it 10 times. My first corporation at 9.5 years old was Helping Hand Industries. Brought $100,000 in. And 9.5 million or 14, double billion 26. How the hell am I doing so far? Here's the problem. Not everybody likes me. Hell, not everybody likes you. That's the way it works. If you allow me 90 days to play with you, all right, every seminar, workshop, and boot camp, I'll do the work for you. Then I'll teach you what I did. Then you can take it over and go get the $1 million dream. But you're going to have to listen and learn and pay attention today. You see, the last time you lost your job and had an emergency, what happened next? You ran out of time, you ran out of money. Hell, you jacked up your credit again in 42 days. Did you really do that? You jacked up your credit? By the way, you're using the wrong money in the first place if you're trying to start a business today. So let's understand something. When I was training Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW and Spear years ago, I was having fun. Please write down Credit Services Act today, please. It'll take you to the Federal Trade Commission. It'll tell you credit repair is a scam. They're not allowed to collect money up front. Then it'll refer to you to the Credit Repair Organization Act, too, where it says attorneys can't do credit repair. Let's build a relationship. Why don't you and me today talk on the phone? Let's have some fun and make sure you're doing it the right way. Just for the heck of it, I knew what to say. Now, when I came up with the rapid scoring for mortgage companies years ago with Harold Stokes and Ken Yarborough, that was fun. But you know what I got? God gave me a dream and a vision a couple years ago. You see, they're not supposed to use your SSN for personal credit anyway. So I found a way to block the crap and push your score right up. Whee! Isn't that fun? But again, it only pushes the score up. All right, here's a 500 score up to a 708. Then they got to make 20. Would you like one of those today? The office basically charges $4.99 to do a rapid rescore for you. That's pretty good today. If you want it right away today, I'm going to give it for you for $199. Write down $199. If it is Zelle during the webinar, all right, I'm going to give it to you for $199. The prices I give today, verbal prices, are when you Zelle it today during the webinar. If you don't Zelle it, oh well, call sales, because they're not allowed to give you the discount that I can give you. Now, I love Zelle. I don't care what anybody says. I don't like merchants at all. All right? I don't like all that hacking and crap. I like wires and deposit. I can track the money and I can help you and expedite everything for you. So there's the Zelle wire deposit. Take a picture. It'll last longer today. The bottom line is, after you do this, you can tell Gina at rayscredit.com you Zelled for this or that. Pretty simple to do. Now, do yourself a favor. Come on, ladies, get out your Social Security card. It's in your purse next to your feet. Woman never goes anywhere without a purse next to her. Men, it's probably in your back pocket. The SSN stands for a Social Security card. So let's understand, you got one of these like me? Because we were told as a teenager to get that to get the job? Oh, goody. One SSN. The Federal Trade Commission says 97% are screwed up today. Would that be you? You got one chance to make it because you didn't listen and learn? You didn't learn how to play the game? Look at the card in front of you. Don't laminate, don't use for ID purposes, don't carry with you. It's not even your card. There's the application we filled out as teenagers. Read the card today. Read it now. It says Property of Social Administration and not you. So the bottom line is the creditors aren't supposed to use it and abuse it too. Rapper rescore blocks the crap, shoots the score up. If you want that, let me know. Today you can get it for $199. Now, I'd like to repackage your life, your house, your car, your bank account, because I think you're kind of doing it wrong. Don't take it personally, but I can make you a millionaire, but I can also make you a billionaire too. How many of you would like to be a millionaire today? Raise your hand as high as you can, so I'll call that silly and dumb. You only keep $375. The rest goes into taxes. Now, how many of you would like to have $1 million corporation? Raise both hands and say, I do. See, corporations don't pay tax till they make a profit. So you might want to think about incorporating you. Bottom line is, you don't want to bring the pain home. Now, I've been in 2 comas. One, I got to die. One, I hit my face on the curb at 40 miles an hour, and another goes to walk again in my life. I still got up anyway. Credit saved my life as a kid, as an adult. So what happens today? Some idiot's going to say, money for a rainy day. Give me a break. You ever notice in your life, probably like mine, instead of one thing going wrong, it's 20 things at a time, no matter what you say or do? So let's do this today. Let's think you got a problem. You need $5,000, but you need it now. Remember, you're the one helping your friends and family, and when you need it, they're never there for you. It's just typical. When you ask the friends, the family, the bank, they're all going to say no. But if you had a safety credit card in your hand like I do, and you basically had to use it to solve that problem today, the payment's only $50 a month. They do say that you waste that almost every other day. Is that true? I don't know. It could be true for you. Now, $140 a week, they say you waste that. Is that true too? If that's true, that's $600 a month. When I look at 2 credit cards of $50,000 apiece, that's $100,000 of credit. Now remember, personal credit, there's a problem. Most people act like it's free money. They jack it up, they drop the score, they get stuck, they can't get any more. Let's train the world that's called safety credit from now on. You know, if I had to max out that card today, all right, the payment would have been $612.26. If the average person is wasting $600 a month, and I could take a card that I could hand you and get you in a business called a franchise that's open during COVID-19, would that make more sense to you? Stop wasting money today. Never bring the pain home. But again, this is up to you. I want you to remember, I'm going to tell you flat out, plan the problem. I'm sorry, I wish it would be not true. There's always somebody trying to knock you down. Give their opinion. Safety credit. Line of defense. See it, believe it, go get it. Never bring the pain home ever again. Now, I want you to do like I do. Set up your goal list. All right? I want you to understand something. A goal list is the index of a book. Then you're going to have the activity for every goal you want. You should take a picture, too. I need you to believe in yourself. See, me, all right, I believe in God and I believe in me. So what did I do when I broke the world record for the highest kick on the planet still today? I just wanted to prove white men could jump, and only stupid people say we don't. Remember, if somebody says you can't do this or that, don't listen to dummies. God gave you a gift and a dream. See it, believe, and go get it. It's up to you. Now there's your SSN. Come on, isn't it fun? Now you know it connected to the 1040 tax return. Get the SSN, get the job so we can tax you some more. That's exactly the rules. And you get 2 write-offs. Oh, goody. And you only got 1 SSN. You know what happens when you got 1? You got your Aspirin, your Tranio, and Equifax, and you jack up a card past 29%. You drop the score, you get stuck, you can't get any more. You ever notice when you need money, you don't have it? That's why safety credit makes sense to me. I'm afraid to be broke. I don't want to eat out of a trash can and steal off the pier anymore. The other reason you got that SSN? Because we're the collateral for the United States of America, and incorporated, by the way. That's why they do the census. They want to know how much money to print. By the way, Nixon took the gold standard out. They haven't stopped printing money 24/7. Now take that tablet and pen, write down Ray's rules, then write down 100,000 of credit. Half the people in an audience, that's too much, Ray. And I look at them straight in their face and I say, the last time you lost your damn job, you were afraid to lose your car, your house, and feed your damn family. Don't you ever tell me 100,000's too much money. Because the last time you were scared to death. You better understand something. If you're going to screw up credit, do it to feed your family. Don't do it because you wanted to buy a big screen TV. That's called stupid. 100,000 of credit, 29%. Write it down. No one's going to tell you this but me. Bottom line is that would have gave you 71,000 of safety credit. In case you lost your job or there's a pandemic, you can feed your family up to 2 years. But if you're taking money from the family, the money of the credit to start a business, all you're doing is hurting the family. Never bring the pain home. You're using the wrong money in the first place, by the way. You've got to understand about Ray's rules. Now, there's me in a coma to 5.5 years old. There's me in another one. 2009, I got to die. 541, that kind of sucks. So what did I end up doing? Someone came on my yacht that should have wore a mask or shouldn't have been there at all that day. They had swine flu. Pandemic number 9. They killed me. All right? That's terrible of them. All right? Then they quarantined all of us. But I was in a damn coma and I got to die. Kind of sucks. So guess what? Now we got pandemic 19. What about pandemic number 26 coming along? There's going to be another one. You better be planning this. All right? Look through history. Now you're going to pay attention. All right? I hope it's going to wake us up, shake us up. There's my yacht. There's my race boat. Where you park yours again? You see, when I was at the Bonaventure for 32 years, I was a second number advertiser in Los Angeles, having fun helping people like you. Someone came on my yacht, got to die. Kind of sucks. Then my life got destroyed and God basically stole it as well. That wasn't very nice. Oh well. What did I do after I promised God I'd help all of you? I got to come out of a coma, all right, and then I got to walk around for 5 weeks with an oxygen tank. I put my score back to an 820. Then I popped a $1 million credit card again. I don't stay down, and I want you to listen very carefully. Neither will you if you play by the rules. You will need your closet divisions. Write it down, because that's exactly how I got on my feet within 6 weeks. Today, we got basically COVID-19. Wear a mask. This is my opinion. It's up to you. All I know is it takes a moment to die and a lifetime to live. You got to decide which one you're going to pick. I'm going to tell you the truth. I love money. I do. It's one of my top 10. It's not my top 5. You see, I got total recall and I got an IQ off the damn chart. And when I close my eyes and I think of the pier when I was 3, I can smell it, see it, the trash can I had to eat out of, or basically the money I had to steal or the food. All right? Sometimes total recall is a curse too. So the bottom line for me, I can pay my bills. I can feed my family. I don't have to steal and beg off the pier anymore, and I can help you. So let's go get the damn money today. Bottom line is you get to do this too. 9 out of 10 people hate their job anyway. Go back to the job you hate. It's okay. We're getting older, slower, we're not as pretty as we used to be. Eventually they're going to fire you anyway. Then you're going to basically do what? Deliver some pizza. Is that your American dream? It's not mine, but it could be yours. Now let's think about Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell. Could you imagine she's using and abusing me physically and mentally and thinks I'm a piece of shit? Like my mom threw me away as a little baby too. But I'm listening to the damn poker game that day. Every Wednesday night they had one of these dumb things. And you know what I did? I wrote my little notes, and they thought I was weird. Probably true. But the moment they said a corporation's a legal person, hell, you know what I did? I wrote it down. I want you to pay attention today. I want you to do exactly what I had to do. You see, I got pissed off that day, all right, and I rode my bicycle to the Torrance Police Department. I remember seeing the word library next door. I walked into the library, and you know what I did? I said, can you help me, please? I'm 7.5. She says, here's a microfiche, here's a book. I read the book. When you have an IQ off the chart, you write with both hands at the same time and you talk, they think you're weird. That's okay. I thought they were weird too. I read that damn book that day. You see, I'm basically looking for what you've been looking for all your life. Tell the truth. You've been looking for a blueprint. You've been looking for an instruction manual to get to the $1 million friggin' dream. You bought that last book, How to Make Money or Secrets or some crap? Are you done tired of listening to someone's stupid story that took 10 to 20 years when I can hand you the money now? Give me a break. I got so pissed off that day. All right, I went back to that library every day almost from 7.5 to 9.5 years old. You know what I did? I wrote every inch and every word in the Millionaire's Founder's Kit. You ever want to know the blueprint? Those 12 books and CDs. That's how I got the first 100,000 at 9.5, million at 14, double billion at 26. It's in the damn books. I had $841 million of real estate under corporate structure before my life got destroyed and someone stole it all. That sucks. So if you ever really want to play with real estate, play with me. Because believe me, I know a hell of a lot more than most people do. Now, when I was a consultant for banks, I came up and wrote a book, How to Become the Bank, Buckets of Money, Tax Balancing too. I want you to think about something. I took $100 million and I leveraged it into $1 billion on the second billion. I did it in 6 weeks. It's in the damn book and CD. Maybe you want to play. Don't forget I wrote Running the Game of Business 43 years ago. So when I was at the Bonaventure, I loved it. Why? Because everybody hated me because I had all the goodies. But when I was on stage, I was on live, and people loved me at the time until they saw me drive away in a $3 million car. Then they hated you some more. 32 years, the Bonaventure, every friggin' Wednesday night helping people. I used to sell that for $20,000 a pop. The only reason we found some books this year is the credit hotline I was donating my time to. When they went home in March, all right, to get the extra unemployment check, what did we find in the warehouse? They had my books and CDs. My wife donated it to them. All right, they're just sitting there doing nothing. Are you kidding me? This is the freaking blueprint. So they went home. I took the inventory. The office sells it for $1,000 for 18 books and CDs. You have no idea that life is in those books for me. But the reality is pretty simple. Today, I'd give it to you for $2.99, but today I'm trying to save their Christmas bonus. All right, I've already taken enough out of my pockets to help this year. We've all went through hell. So the bottom line is I don't bring enough money for them or they don't do it for themselves. They don't get a Christmas bonus this year. What can I say? I did my best. That's all they got to say they're going to do too today. If you don't have the 18 books and CDs, $199 to you. If you Zelle it during the webinar. I love Zelle. I'll always love Zelle. See, Zelle is one of the greatest things to do. All right? I don't have to worry about merchants and all that crap. Hackers, too. You can track the money and do it right away. But it's pretty simple. So you can Zelle the money. It's right there. Take a picture. If you don't, it's okay. Call sales later today. You basically tell Gina at ray@rayscredit.com. Now, here's the thing. I don't care what you say about your credit score, the number, and all that crap. I've got to rebuild you, period. So that means I got to rebuild the credit, add the histories the right way. I got to do a rep or rescore for you, block all the crap, push your score up some more, give you the corporation, the books, the CDs, and the classes. You got to get stuck with me, the horse's mouth versus the horse's you-know-what. Every card you got in your purse or wallet today, it better be at 25 to 29%. If it's not, get it there as fast as you can. Let's remember, I got to make you a qualified CFO. Under a corporation, the chief financial officer has to be qualified. I'll do that and add you to my dashboards. Now, there's 4 ways we can make money fast for you. First, you can talk about real estate. The problem with real estate today is a lot of them are not paying their rent or basically their lease payment because they don't have to. Half of those people have their job still and screwing the landlord out of the money. They've already proved that on the news too. The other half need the help. That's okay. But here's the thing. If you're going to do some real estate, let me see if I can convince you to do commercial real estate. If they don't pay, they got to get the hell out. And you can leverage it by 10. Do a little bit of both. Maybe a fixer-upper, maybe a duplex, a fourplex, an apartment complex too. Now understand, I want you to get a franchise. And don't tell me you don't need that, because when we get pandemic, whatever comes down the road, do you want a business that has a line out the door called a drive-through that stay open during whatever COVID-19 we got or pandemic? No matter what we say or do, maybe a pizza, McDonald's, a Taco Bell, or Wendy's too. All I know is I don't want you to be broke. Profit sharing as well. By the way, when I was incorporating most of the rich and famous people, I came up with 84 ways to leverage money into 99 more cards. That could be up to $100 million. That's too much. So let's give you 3 or 4 ways only. Now let's look at a Lamborghini, one of the 9 in the collection at the time. Let's think. Today, when you watch rich and famous people, they drive a company car. They wrought it all off, but not you. You're getting your paycheck. It's taxed. You got the leftover. You pay your bills. You pay for a car you should not. Then you're taking the money and the credit from the family, rolling the dice, and say, honey, let's hurt the family some more. Why would your car be registered to you? Because you don't know any better. Haven't you seen those bloodsucker attorneys on TV? They want to sue and take everything you got. Why don't you turn around today and let's get you a car under tax ID and fleet price? You see, your paycheck, I hear they call it taxable income. Are you paying the payment, the gas, registration, insurance? Really? You're really doing that today? That makes you the dog. Do you know the actual registered owner of a car is who they sue? And you know you can change it to a division right away, even the car you got today. Why don't you, all right, get a car under tax ID and fleet price? Why not? I like corporate cars, don't you? Boom, boom, some more. But again, that's up to you. Now let's look at the rules. Ready? We got an SSN equals a 1040 tax return. You got 1. That makes us the duck. Let's look at the SS4. The SS4 form, right there, this is from the IRS too. Remember something, the only thing that can write off credit is a corporation, interest rate on the credit card too. It says banking and credit purposes number 10. You see it? So if you allow me to, I can build you credit reports. And you can have some fun, and you can finance the American dream. Draw that square, the 3 nearest squares below that too. Debt follows SSN. You got 1, you're going to be the duck, or SS4. You can have as many as you need to. Every bank has a branch number, and they have a separate SS4 too. So does the grocery store. So when you drive to that city today and you see a bank or a grocery store shut down, they bankrupt the piece, they're still in business today, why aren't you playing that game too? Set up the line of defense. Never bring the pain home because you never had to in the first place. When I do divisions, I prepare the paperwork, I send it to you, get you the tax IDs afterwards, I open the credit reports and add the history too. Usually charge about $500 a piece. That's kind of good too. Today, you can get 3 of those divisions set up with tax IDs and all the pieces as well, sent to you right away. And I'm going to try to save their Christmas bonus. Instead of $6.99, today it's $3.99 if you Zelle it during the webinar. But if you don't, call the office later today. There's the Zelle information, by the way. Now you can let Gina know too. See, the ultimate goal is listen very carefully. For every SS4, I can set you up in Aspirian, a TransUnion, and Equifax too. And we get to write off the credit card and the interest rate, but we don't have to steal it from the family in the first place. That kind of makes some sense, doesn't it now? SS 4 times 4. Please don't name a corporation after you. Don't name it what it does. Set up the line of defense, please. Let's understand something. A division or subsidiary should be for real estate, franchise, current business. If you allow me to, I can get you up to a $100,000 card or a $1 million card. I don't know if you want one or both. Let me know. From there, I already try to offer you personal credit up to $100,000, 29% rule. Never hurt your family, never bring the pain home. Ray's rules are pretty simple. SSN equal to what? 1040 tax return. SS4 says banking and credit purposes. We're allowed to build the American dream. There's your IRS rules right in front of you. SSN, SS4. It's up to you. Stop stealing the money from the family. You could do this the right way if you want to. Now, I got a problem with some clients. It's usually 6 out of 100. When I add history to you, corporation, and divisions, what happens is they apply for credit during the program and they crash the rapid and screw it all up. So if you get these, ignore them, please, in the mail. I don't want you to crash your rapid and screw it all up and we have to start over again. It's kind of like the client the other day. On the 14th of December, I pushed the score up to an 684. They didn't need me anymore, so they went after a credit card. They got $300. Are you kidding me? The reason you want me to do it is because of the dashboards of the history. I got a client, got him an Open Sky, had no credit at all. When I popped him a card, it was $3,000. So let me pop it for you. Don't apply while we're doing the program, please. Again, today, all right, credit rebuilding. If you want your score up to an 820, I got to rebuild it. I got to add a rapid too. All right, the office sells it for $9.98. Today, like I said, if you did it during the webinar, I'm going to hand you a $1,000 card, all right, and I'm going to charge you $4.99. That way, it's double the money back to you and half price on the webinar today with me. If you want the starter package for $1 million, all right, now understand, yes, you get the credit rebuilding up to the 820, but here I'm going to hand you the articles, also list the tax ID. I want you in my setup class every Saturday for 90 days, please. Then I want you in level 1 to set up divisions 2. The bottom line is this. They sell it for $1,999 today. Me, because it's during the webinar, I'm going to hand you $10,000 of credit, and I'm going to charge you $999. What excuse would you have now? All you got to do is sell it right away. The Millionaires Making Workshop 2, the only thing about this one, instead of $4,000, it's going to be $2,499. Why? Because I hand you $25,000 of credit. So the bottom line is during the webinar, that's your price today. All you got to do is sell it. All you got to do. Now, if you basically get any of your referrals and they buy anything, I'll give you another $1,000 of credit for you. You see, what we got to do is remember, if you're watching me on Google, Facebook, and YouTube, that's fun. If you're missing the PowerPoint today, go to rayswebinar.com. Please never bring the pain home again. Get the full overview. Now, let's remember, I was 7.5 listening to a stupid poker game. All right, standing outside the bedroom, which was the pantry, by the way. And you know what I heard? Right here, chapter 18. It's not legal advice. Let's read it. It says a corporation is a legal person. Do you know a corporation has more rights than you and me? And don't complain about rich and famous people. It's called shut up and join them. The bottom line today, the United States of America Incorporated, they set up their line of defense, but why haven't you? Called states. Every state's a corporation. This state set up their line of defense too, called cities. Every city's a corporation. Why haven't you done what you're allowed to? I don't get it. I hear all the time, Ray, no one taught me. No one taught me. I had to fight to get out of hell. So let's understand something. They wanted to make sure, just in case someone went wrong too, that's why they created, under the Federal Protection Act, public record today, Chapter 9, bankruptcy. First one you saw was Orange County. So today I want you to focus that you are we the people. It's about time you learn how to play. Nixon took the gold standard out. Okay. They got the key to the printing press. You and me, we got an SSN as a teenager because we were told to. No one asked why. I did. All right, I wanted to know why. I know it's why for everything I've ever done. Drives people crazy sometimes. So the SSN to get the job, then what happens? Oh, it connects to the 1040 tax return? Now we connect the dots. Mama here, she delivered a baby this morning. And you know what the hospital has to do? They're federally mandated. They got to hand Mama the SSN form for the baby. Not because the baby's getting a job, so the baby can get more money for them to print. It's the rules. Mama can't put the baby in the stroller. The car seat can't go home until they know she's got an SSN for the baby. Why don't we learn how to play the game and win too? SSN, simple, safety credit. SS4, corporation, we get credit. Then we set up the line of defense in case something goes wrong. It's how the grocery store and the bank do. We can do the same thing too. It's up to you. Stop bringing the pain home, please. Rich and famous people file bankruptcy every day and they stay rich and famous. But what about you? Did you bring the pain home in the past? How about the city? They're bankruptcies too, and they basically are what? A corporation. So let's understand. There's the Reynolds University, 22,000 two-story building before the coma. It was fun helping people like you all the time. When I do the analyzation on Saturday at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to ask you maybe to do one or two things. I can't start my 90 working days until you do what I ask you to do. The only one that holds you back is you. I broadcast twice a day, Monday through Friday, and all day Saturday. See, I don't like pre-recorded crap. You're going to get stuck with me. Now, this is in Newsweek, so it's public record. This is Walt Disney, and it says how Disney ducks taxes. They didn't really duck taxes. They filed bankruptcy 7 times in the past. They didn't want to pay tax on $1 billion. We all love Mickey. So the bottom line is they wrote an IOU to themselves. So if Mickey can play the game, so can you. Remember, safety credit. Can't write it off, corporation. Now understand, online you're going to see someone talk about trade line crap. Then they go, you don't need to guarantee. Excuse me. When you start a business, what's the first thing you need? Money, cash. So let's get you 8 cash cards. Let's get you 9 lines of credit. Then we think about supply credit, vendor credit, marketing credit, lease credit, and gas cards too. Bottom line, I still got to make you a CFO. It's the only way it's going to work for you. Remember, the things I offer today during the webinar are only good during the webinar for you. So the credit rebuilding today, it's normally $9.98. If you're not selling $4.99 right away, you are getting that $1,000 of credit twice as much you invested today. Oh, well, you let it pass you by. If the starter package, you, instead of $19.99, and you want to get it today for $999, and I build you $10,000 of credit, and you're in the workshops for 90 daes, if you don't do it during the webinar, you kind of missed out today. The Millionaires in the Making Workshop. That's my favorite one. See, I like getting people 25,000 or 30,000 cards on one card. It's kind of fun. Bottom line is today, that's $2,499 during the webinar. If you let it pass you by, call sales. The reality is we'll expedite everything as long as it's Zelled right away during the webinar with me. The bottom line is when I studied Mr. Buffett's father, then I studied him. You see, he's playing the game today, and you know why? Why aren't you playing the game? You can win too. There's no difference between him and you. You just got to play. The bottom line is I'm going to tell you, as an authorized affiliate, authorized users are crap. Trade lines are a joke too. You got to be a qualified CFO. I'll build you up to make sure you can qualify too. Bottom line is this. I invented 113 ways to daisy chain credit. I can take every card, turn it into 99 more. That'd be $100 million. That's probably too much for you. Remember something today. The only credit we're allowed to write off is corporate credit, the interest rate, and the credit card too. You get to learn the 20,000 rules from Ray's Rules if you want to. It's up to you. Don't have the intent to defraud or rip anybody off, please. I don't want to have to go to court and testify against you in a court of law. Here's a corporation. Here's 3 divisions for you. Remember what I said, line of defense. Something goes wrong with one of those pieces, we're going to do the 3-step, just like everyone else gets to. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Can't save the piece? Bankrupt the piece. Like the grocery store and bank you see today, keep all the other pieces. Never bring the pain where? Home. Why would you have to do that at all? You're going to learn how to play the game. When you bought your house, I'll probably say you did it wrong anyway. Sorry. Don't take offense to that. I'll probably say you should have said escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow put it in a trust. Today, if your assets are not in a trust and somebody sues you, they take it away. If you die, it's stuck in your probate and your family got diddly squat. Understand something. Let's go fix up a property. That's more fun. You're probably going to hire a contractor that stands outside Home Depot, the subcontractors. Remember I said I wanted to repackage your house, your car, your bank account, and more? I want you to think about every property you ever get. Why don't you think about quick clean deeding it to a division? An assignment of equity too. This way, at the end of the day, they can't sue you at all. They get diddly squat. Why not? Now, if you don't have a trust, if I was you, I'd be Googling irrevocable trust today. That's one I would pick if I was you. But that's up to you too. Now remember something, please. The IRS is the rules. We have to obey the rules. We have to understand something. So if you ever basically try to play peekaboo, all right, with the IRS and make a mess, please stop that. If you have to go back to the irs.gov, let's fix the problem. See if they'll give you a forgiveness program. Download the form called 656 of 433A and B. Get your COVID check. Get your butt back in the system today. See, I want you to fix up that property my way. I want you to have multiple divisions. So we go to the manufacturer, save up to 70%. I don't want you to pay a bill for 30 to 69 days anyway. It's pretty simple. We're going to use their money to fix up that property. When escrow closes, it's going to pay off all the debt. Now you're going to have up to $200,000 left over. Please don't act like you're rich, because you're not. The problem with people, when they get some money in their hand, they act rich and they piss it away. Have you ever had $10,000 to $100,000 before? And you did that, and some of you are broke today? Please write down Ray's rules, leveraging money. Borrow money's now what? Taxable. Circle that one 10 times and set the line of defense. Now let's understand something. When you get millions and billions of dollars having fun helping people, that's the Reynolds University before the coma in 2009. It was only 22,000 square feet, other buildings around the globe too, making $1 million plus a day. The bank would be in those doors right there you see every morning at 9 o'clock going, Ray, what can I do for you today? You see, when you got money, they know your name. When you don't have a pot to piss in, hell, they don't know your name at all. Do yourself a favor. Let's learn how to leverage some money. Do you know $1,000 can be leveraged to $15 to $50 to $100,000 in a very short period of time? It's about time you learn how to play. See, the banks borrow from the feds times 10, loan back to 5 to you. Borrow money's not taxable. So what if we got $3 million of borrow money? Why don't we get $2 million and go buy a franchise today? Why not? But again, you got to learn Ray's rules and leveraging. That's why there's a book called Leveraging Money too. Bottom line, this is up to you. You're going to have to beat your doubt. You're going to have to run your own race. I'd like to dedicate the rest of my life to help all of you. If you allow me to have fun till the day I die. So you got a choice. Now, I'm not going to show you something I didn't obtain myself. So I'll show you some mansions. I'll show you some helicopters, some yachts. I think you're stuck. I'll even show you my favorite mansion I had too. The largest U-Dock in Huntington Harbor, by the way. I parked my race boat and my yacht too in my backyard. Where you park yours again? I like the helicopter. I like the Lamborghini in the building too. Now today, I'd like you to change your driver's license, but that's up to you. I'm going to see if I can get you to listen today. The last time you wrote a check over here, you weren't home, but you gave me your driver's license. They can go rob your house. Oh, goody. They can sue you and take everything you got. Why don't you protect your assets, use Ray's rules, never bring the pain home again, and think about the Driver's Privacy Protection Act too. Now let's talk about the car. You're driving a car today. You're the registered owner. That makes you a duck. The last time you bought a car, what did you do? You let someone sweat you for hours on end, lost up to $5,000, up to 9 inquiries too. When they handed you that paper that says we need to run your credit, we need your permission too, you should have said next to that paper, and you should have wrote down this allows one inquiry only and took a picture. You see, you got to understand, you got to control what you do. Unfortunately, you're driving a car registered to you. I would tell you to get a tax ID and get a car at fleet price. What happens today if you went to the grocery store or the bank, you accidentally bump someone's car, a little bumpity bump? I'll bet you they're going to say they got whiplash, they're going to die. And what are they going to ask you? Driver's license, insurance, registration, please. Then your heart fell out of your chest. The driver's license had your home address on it. Oh, the insurance you're paying for out of that paycheck? Did you know a corporation could have paid for it instead of you? The registered owner is really you? They're going to call in those nasty attorneys on TV. They're going to sue you and take everything you got. You see, then you're going to say, I wish I would have listened to Ray. I hear that almost every day. I want the registered owner changed to a division and not you. I want to make sure if they sue you, they get diddly squat. Why not? There's a corporation, there's 3 more divisions too. Debt follows SS4. Don't bring the pain home again. You want 3 divisions with tax IDs prepared, sent to you, and I'll set up credit reports too? Normally it's $1,500. I was going to discount it to $699. Got to help them get their bonus today. If it's done during the webinar, it's $399 to you today. Only during the webinar with me. You zealot. Simple thing to do. Let Gina know. Now, what did I do on July 3rd, 2009? Wife wanted to take the yacht out. People from the school and the church. No problem, honey. I'll get it ready for you. Fill it up. $1,600. I wrote off the car, the interest rate, and the yacht too. Why not? The next day, here I'm in a damn coma. Someone came on my yacht with swine flu pneumonia and killed me. Are you kidding me? And my life got stolen and what? Oh, well, what am I going to do? Basically go boo-hoo-hoo and cry like some of you? Sorry. I didn't have a mommy and daddy to call. My family needed to eat. It's pretty simple. I ended up having what? Pandemic 9. Now we got Pandemic 19. There will be another one. Let's be prepared this time. I walked around with that oxygen tank for 5 weeks under my arm like a damn football. I put my score back to an 820, and then I popped $1 million credit card in 6 weeks. You will learn the rules and tools if you play with me. I don't want you bringing the pain home ever again. If you want your credit score up to 708, you want it to an 820, okay. Office sells it for $499. Today, it's $199, but I'm going to say $99 if it was Zelled right away. If you don't do it, call the office later today. There's a Zell information. Now that Lamborghini that says the Reynolds University on the doors, aren't those doors great? I love Lamborghinis. All right, had 9 at a time. That was fun. Well, the building too. You see, they were purchased under tax ID. Think and be the impossible. I've done it all my life. Kind of fun. It's called Ray's Rules. You might want to learn them today. By the way, every seminar, workshop, and boot camp, you're stuck with me. I don't pass the buck. I will get you to the $1 million dream if you allow me to. Now, motivation, I like motivation too. I listen to it every day. But at the end of the day, if they're not handing you money and credit or teach you how to go get it, all you're hearing is someone's story that took 10 to 20 years to finally get their dream. Bottom line is this. Blah, 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 still blah, blah, blah. You got a story to tell too. Let's get you up to an 820, up to $100,000 of credit. Let's get you your corporation divisions up to $1 million of credit too. Please stop being stuck. What's next for you is simple. It's called Ray's Rules. You're stuck with me. I'll hold your hand every step of the way. Never bring the pain home ever again. So what I said in the beginning is true. I'd like to repackage you, your house, your car, your bank account. All right, I want you to be in the workshops with me. Now, if you want the 18 books and CDs, the blueprint that I created for you, instead of $299 today, I was going to discount it. It's $199 during the webinar. But you'd have to sell that right away. All right, it will ship by tomorrow too. Let Gina know during the webinar. Now, the credit rebuilding program is half price today. Instead of $998, all right, it's going to be $499 to you. I'm going to give you a $1,000 credit card back during the program. twice as much you invested in yourself. The starter package for a millionaire, instead of $19.99 today, I'm going to do it for $999, a giveaway. I'm going to hand you 10 times the money back to you, $10,000 of credit. You're in the workshops for 90 days. I'll even hand you the articles, the offices, and the tax ID. Millionaires in the Making workshops, pretty fun. $25,000 of credit. You're with me for 90 days. I'm open a lifetime. Half price today is $2,499 to you. Zelle. It's the only thing you can do. It's during the webinar. If you missed that, sorry to say, you missed it. And you'll call sales later today. Now, the 14th Amendment made corporations into people. I love the United States of America. They gave us the book to read, Rules and Tools. They managed their, 50 states. They set up their line of defense. Every state set up their cities, their line of defense too. Bottom line, it's your turn. It's your constitutional right, by the way. You are part of the United States of America, incorporated today. So please never have joint credit. All right, when you buy a house, escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow put into trust. Remember something today. Don't name it after you. Don't name it what it does. I want you to have divisions for real estate, all right, franchise, current business. You got 5 pieces of property, that'll be 5 divisions. We separate the liability just like banks and grocery stores do. You got to set up the line of defense. I want to help you and get you to master Ray's rules. Bottom line, at the end of the day, plan on the problem, please. There's always somebody getting in your way, or it's amazing. You're going to tell someone what you're going to do. They're going to interrupt you and say, this is what you should do, blah, blah, blah. They're so full of, it's ridiculous. I always tell people in the beginning, shh, don't tell me what you're going to do for 90 days. When it starts to work for you, then they go, how'd you do it? Then they'll pay attention. Safety, credit, line of defense, see it, believe it, go get it. Never bring the pain home ever again. Now, I want you to focus on something. Today, all right, is the 16th of December. You look at your calendar, you roughly got 5 days, we could say, are working days in between now and the first of the year. And there's anything I can do, and I can get you to get the corporation divisions and pieces right away. It's very critical for me towards the end of the year because 2020 corporations count fiscal year or calendar year. January 2nd, all right, is going to be 2021, blackjack year. When I look at a line of credit, and if I was going to do one for you in the next 90 days or so, all right, the application's going to require, as long as it was done the previous year, you're on your second year, you don't have to provide a tax return for the corporation or divisions to get a line of credit up to $150,000. There are 9 of them that you can go after if you want to. But again, today, I don't care if you sell a partial payment, if it's the full price or something, work it. If you don't, every January breaks my heart. I get so many people saying, Ray, I wish I would have paid attention. I wish I'd have did this. I'm so tired of hearing, I wish I would have did this. It's ridiculous. You do what you got to do to lock something in today. Because me, I'm dedicating my life to help people like you. The American dream, when everybody keeps talking about it, where the hell's the damn money? I'm so tired of BS. Because if they're not going to hand you the money or teach you how to go get it, it's still blah, blah, blah today. I want you to set up the line of defense. I want to basically teach you Ray's rules before I die again. I want my legacy out there. Prices I gave today during the webinar, it's like the credit rebuilding, half price today, $499, a $1,000 card back to you. That's pretty well a giveaway for you. Twice as much your investment back to you. Starter package for a millionaire, corporate workshops too. And you're going to get $10,000 of credit as I build it for you, and it's only going to cost you $9.99, where most people waste thousands of dollars on crap. Millionaire in the making. I like doing $25,000 cards. That's usually one card for me. It's pretty easy to do. So today, if you want, half price is $2,499. On one of these 3, if you had to sell a partial payment, all right, we'll lock you in. I don't want you to miss the opportunity. It's the 16th of December. You can't count half next week. You can't count half the next week after that, too. Zelle, wire, deposit. All I can do is change the world as much as I can. I got 17 million millionaires, all right, 17,000 by the way, and billionaires too. You got to stay safe and strong. You got to know what's next to come. It should be you and me. We always have to think. Let us think, always be, let us always remember life is a gift. To me it is. Coming out of a coma, are you kidding me? Being in 2 comas in my life. God has given us the opportunity to believe and receive. Let us make the best of the day and give thanks in every way. Thank you, Jesus, for one more day. Amen to that. All I know is if I can do this, born in a damn taxi, had to steal and beg off the friggin' pier, be in 2 comas, die in 1, I can get to double billion by the time I'm 26 in a corporate structure, so can you. I got all the rules and the tools. If you got to call 800-510-3338, that's okay. Some of the prices offered today, they can't order at all. At the end of the day, it's pretty well up to you. I'll hold your hand as long as you allow me to. At the end of the day, never forget, God loves us all.